Tonight on Cougar News, we look back at the impact of the Thomas Fire 1 year later. And we take a look at a local up-and-coming brother and sister music duo. We also see how several music students are showcasing their work. Cougar News starts now.
This is Cougar News.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Cougar News. I'm Natalia Radcliffe, and here's the latest from the Cougar Newsroom. America said goodbye to former President George Herbert Walker Bush today.
People from all walks of life.
5 living presidents and numerous other dignitaries were on hand at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. to honor a man who fought bravely in World War II and later presided over the end of the Cold War. Several eulogized the former president, including his son, George W. Bush, who said his father executed the duties of office with dignity and honor. The elder Bush passed away peacefully at his Texas home on Friday. His body, covered with the American flag, was flown back home shortly after the funeral. All federal offices, including the post office, are closed in his memory. It's the time of year families typically gather in their homes for the holidays. But for victims for the recent fires, there may be no home to go to. Elizabeth Medina tells the story of one COC professor who, 1 year later, is trying to move forward after the devastating Thomas Fire.
But I noticed like an orange plume.
As a cinema instructor, Gary Peterson is used to special effects.
And then saw the whole horizon.
But as the Thomas Fire raced towards his home,
I was sure the house was gone.
It was like a scene right out of a movie.
My wife was sleeping. I walked in and woke her up and I said, Mary, we got problems.
It was at that moment he realized something was wrong. Fanned by a never-ending wind,
it was a hard 60-mile-an-hour wind right at us.
The flames raced towards the Peterson family home.
Saw the fire from that location move through the whole neighborhood toward the ocean.
Peterson still gets choked up when he recalls the moment he was told his home was still standing.
A friend of ours went over to the Poinsettia Pavilion right there, and he says, weird. He called and said, hey, your house is still there.
On the outside, the Thomas Fire spared their home. But on the inside, the damage had been done.
The house filled with glass, ash, and soot, and burning embers.
Their home may have made it, but they're still not out of the woods just yet.
We're constantly worried about this house, constantly worried about dealing with the insurance company. I miss our neighbors. My dog misses his house. He misses his deck, his freedom that he could have here. We're in an apartment.
To those battling the recent fires,
follow your dreams. Don't let anybody else or anything else take away those dreams. Don't let some damn fire destroy who you are.
For Cougar News, I'm Elizabeth Medina.
If you think the Santa Clarita Valley has grown over the past couple of decades, be prepared for even more growth. A controversial new development is taking shape and could have a profound effect on overcrowding here at COC. Here's more with Jeffrey McKim.
The Newhall Ranch Development Project is a city planning project that has been in the works for 25 years and is projected to cost $14 billion. Business Insider called it one of the $11 billion mega projects that will transform the world's greatest cities. It will have broad implications on the local environment, infrastructure, and legal precedents on how cities will be planned in the future. Today I will focus on the impact it will have on life at COC. I started by asking students if they have ever heard of this project.
No.
I have not.
No. I'm gonna be honest, no.
I have not.
I have not.
I'm here at Canyon Hall. I'm going to be talking with Mr. Eric Harnish of Public Relations about the Newhall Ranch Development Project and the effect that it could potentially have on life at COC.
According to the Community College Chancellor's Office, enrollment at COC is projected to spike by over 4,000 students over the next 2 years. I asked Harnish if those projections included the 5,500 homes that are currently under construction, or the other 16,000 homes that are planned for construction but are still awaiting official approval.
So the state's projections do not take into account those local developments. However, in our planning efforts, we do look at what's happening in the community, both in terms of residential construction, but also in terms of construction, commercial construction that could bring more businesses to the valley.
According to the California Community College Chancellor's Office, enrollment for 2020 is expected to exceed 25,000 students, putting more strain on a school that many believe to be overcrowded. But according to Harnish, this number doesn't take into account one of the largest city planning projects in the world, currently being developed right now.
Wonder where you can rid yourself of hazardous waste such as paint, household batteries, or old computers? Cougar News reporter Michelle Nassif is on the scene at COC, where area residents are participating in one of many hazardous waste roundups offered in LA County.
The roundups that are happening today in Los Angeles County have nothing to do with cowboys and cattle. They are actually about gathering together household hazardous waste in one location where they can be disposed of in an organized and safe manner. Luis Llerena, an engineer with the sanitation districts of LA County, is supervising today's operation, taking place at College of the Canyons in Santa Clarita.
The reason that we hold this program, it's co-sponsored by LA County Department of Public Works and the Los Angeles County Sanitation Districts. And the purpose of the program is to give residents in LA County a responsible way of disposing of any hazardous waste.
Today at this event, some types of items that are being dropped off include old paint, used motor oil, household chemicals, expired medication, and old electronics. This is one way to keep these materials out of landfills. Roundups are offered throughout LA County every weekend of the year and are easy to locate.
The way they can find out is they can log on to cleanla.com. There is an event calendar on that website. That's the County Public Works website. Or they can go on to lacsd.org. That's the Sanitation District's website.
Participants come for many reasons.
We bring everything from computer or electronics to paint and pesticides, that type of thing. It's always been really easy to pull into the parking lot and they take care of you. They tell you everything you need to know, and then you just you pull up where they tell you to park, and they take everything out of your car for you. It's really easy.
If you have a chance to participate in a roundup in your community, do not hesitate. This is Michelle Nassif for Cougar News.
Now, we'll explore what's trending. Jeffrey, what is the situation with taxes in France right now?
Well, Natalia, for the third weekend in a row, the streets of Paris were engulfed in chaos as protesters and police clashed over fuel taxes. The protesters are part of a national movement known as the Yellow Jackets, which was formed by drivers angry at the increasing cost of fuel. They argue that the government, under President Emmanuel Macron, has lost touch with ordinary citizens and is driving the cost of living up. Meanwhile, Macron maintains that the high fuel taxes are necessary to combat climate change, and that the protesters are merely stirring up violence. Is there another recession on the horizon? Wall Street seems to think so. Shares plummeted over 3% on Tuesday after the release of new figures suggesting the economy may be slowing. The downturn also comes after renewed concern over an escalating trade dispute between the US and China. President Trump issued a statement on Twitter announcing his willingness to impose tariffs in the event negotiations between the two powers break down. And in tough economic times, a key issue on many people's minds is affordable transportation. And Santa Clarita residents are weighing the benefits of a new way to get around. Electronic scooter rental apps such as Bird and Lime have started to gain traction. The apps work by allowing pedestrians to use their phones to rent and activate battery-powered scooters left in public areas. The apps advertise this as an environmentally friendly alternative to driving. But some residents and city officials are concerned riders often park illegally and block traffic. Santa Clarita Mayor Laureen West says she hopes people will use the new technology responsibly. And that's what's trending. I'm Jeffrey McKim. For more stories in and around the Santa Clarita Valley, you can check us out at cougarnews.com. Back to you, Natalia.
Thank you, Jeffrey. The Newhall Community Center hosted its 19th annual Thanksgiving Community Dinner, where local residents came together to celebrate with turkey and other traditional holiday dishes. Cougar News reporter Brandon Lowy shows us how, for one night, a city became a family.
The smell of turkey, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie filled the air at the Newhall Community Center Monday night, where the city's 19th annual Thanksgiving Community Dinner was being hosted. People came from all around to enjoy a nice turkey dinner surrounded by their Santa Clarita family. The holiday cheer was almost palpable that night, with smiles, good food, and jolly music all around the building.
I think it's something that people look forward to, not just those who attend, but people who are volunteering. It's you see the line is out, is well into the parking lot, and it's something that people put on their calendar every year, and it's a good way to really kind of kick off the holidays.
This event is a great way to bring people together. Neighbors in the community get to know each other in a positive atmosphere. Members of the Santa Clarita City Council stood by volunteers from the community to serve their fellow Santa Clarita residents.
It's been wonderful to see everyone coming together and laughing and mingling and getting to know each other and finally doing something without our phones and actually communicating.
Residents were happy to get together and enjoy each other's company in such a festive setting.
Getting to know each other and meeting new people is a huge thing for us.
This is an event that promotes kindness, festivity, and generosity. Volunteers spent their night serving food and giving back to their community. The city of Santa Clarita is full of kind hearts, and the Thanksgiving Community Dinner is a perfect example of this city's generosity. For Cougar News, I am Brandon Lowy.
Some might say that Santa Clarita has no nightlife and no interesting food to eat. However, one local food truck is determined to change that reputation, one plate at a time. Cougar News reporter Sabrina Combs has the story.
Every Wednesday night at the corner of Main and 9th Street in Newhall, people gather to come enjoy the fusion of two tasty food cultures.
It is a beautiful and unexpected combination of Korean and Mexican food. It's fantastic.
Just the flavor is something that isn't mimicked.
The Cougar truck brings a little nightlife to Santa Clarita with its Korean-Mexican barbecue. The truck gets here at 9:30 and then leaves at 11. It's a short window, but evidence would show it's completely worth the wait.
And so I went and I tried the tacos, and it was absolutely amazing.
This is the Blackjack quesadilla. I don't really know what's in it, but it's delicious.
The Pac-Man quesadilla, the Blue Moon Molita. They catered my wedding. Kogi has a special place here.
I don't ask questions. I just eat it.
It's like a drug. I love it.
Younger and older people alike stand in line, sometimes for over an hour, just to get this unique meal. But the long wait doesn't seem to matter to the Kogi goers. They see it as an opportunity to have lively conversation and chat with those around them.
I come here for the people and the food.
I enjoy being with friends, having the atmosphere, you know?
I also come here because my group of friends are here, and we always come here every Wednesday.
Because the food is so good, the guests don't even care that there aren't tables to sit at.
We make a way. We usually go on a bench or something, or maybe up to the top of the parking structure.
You can make your own place to sit, whether it's over on a bench or even over by the dance studio.
Some just stand as they enjoy the burrito or improvise by sitting on the curb to enjoy that quesadilla. The Kogi truck faithfully comes to Newhall every Wednesday, so if you can't make it out this week, be sure to stop by any Wednesday coming up. This is Sabrina Combs from Cougar News.
Remember the 1970s musical duo, The Carpenters? Well, if you do, you might get a sense of deja vu from this up-and-coming brother-sister music duo.
But no, baby, I'm not that keen. You're just a pauper and I'm a queen.
Meet Nicole and Scotty Lomaglu, a brother-sister music duo based in Castaic. Aged 21 and 17 respectively, the siblings are down-to-earth and not afraid to claim their quirks.
Scotty and I are big stuffed animal lovers, and we have lots of studio buddies. This is Cola Bear. This is Leslie Hop, named after Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec. This is Pipsqueak, and this is Nigel Thornberry, and this is P. Betty.
The two of them write, produce, record, mix, and edit their own music. Nicole specializes in composing the lyrics of the songs and coming up with the melodies, while Scotty focuses on recording, producing, mixing, and editing the music.
We wanted to record music, but the biggest problem with recording music nowadays is you can't find studios. You can find studios, but they charge way too much for your time, and it's just a whole hassle.
They started their music career 5 years ago, when Nicole was 16 and Scotty 12. They got their big break when they attended a Lisa Marie Presley concert at the El Rey Theater.
She recognized us in the audience, and she was like, "Hey, I recognize you from YouTube," and we were taken back. We're like, "What? You recognized us?" And then she was like, "Hey, you want to come on stage?" And we're like, "What?" And then next thing we know, we're just on stage.
Deciding to jump into the music industry at such a young age did not come easy. However, that did not stop their mother from supporting their decision.
Fairly easy based on their talent and abilities. Once, Scotty picked up all the musical instruments and practically started playing them almost immediately. And Nicole always wanted to be a writer. I could tell they have the talent to do it.
Happier to be older now because I feel like we're taken more seriously.
Nicole and Scotty will be releasing their next song, Can Be Beautiful, in the month of December. You can find them on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under Nicole and Scotty, and YouTube under The Music and Me 777.
Oh, baby, no.
COC is full of creativity, and there is no better place to find it than at the Black Box Theater in late November. Cougar News reporter Ashley Cook got to listen in on a very unique musical performance.
Here at COC's Black Box Theater, music students go on to perform their own music at an event known as Electronica.
Electronic music class, the rundown is just kind of learning how to produce your material. Really learning the basics of Logic or whatever DAW you use or want to use. And Bernardo's the teacher and he's just so helpful, and you ask him any question and even if he doesn't know the answer, he's going to find the answer for you.
What this does is it opens yet another door, opportunities for jobs, opportunities for production in film, in concert music, and just as an artist to be able to express ourselves. I'm going to include myself in the packet with tools and aesthetics and ideas that are fairly new.
Every square foot of your heart. Whoa,
There were 10 students in total that showcased their music.
This class is pretty much for all different types of people that write all different types of music. And for example, I know a lot of hip-hop people in this class. I also know people that write like with their guitar and singing, and also write film scoring stuff like me. So this class is pretty much we go in and work with the teacher, and it's mostly on the computer. That's why it's called Electronica. And we work with the teacher to improve our music and learn more.
I am Ashley Cook for Cougar News.
From music to games of skill, the video game Fortnite has nearly 100 million players. But if you're looking for a multiplayer game that doesn't require the latest technology, consider Magic the Gathering. It's old school fun, just how Ethan Lopez likes it.
Magic the Gathering is a trading card game created by Richard Garfield. Today I have Brandon Amaya, an avid Magic player, who is here to explain to us the intricacies of Magic the Gathering.
Magic's a card game around you and your opponents using cards that play creatures and spells to get each other to 0 health.
There are different game modes in Magic the Gathering that change the gameplay slightly and change the rules to make everything more fun.
Specific game modes, there's a few. There's just in general, there's like standard, modern, legacy, commander, stuff like that, but I just play commander mainly, which is like a multiplayer format where you have 4 people with 100 card decks and everyone starts at 40 health rather than the usual Magic, which is 60 card decks, 2 players at 20 health.
Magic the Gathering is a great way to spend time with your friends and your family and have a great time without breaking the bank or going to somewhere fancy.
What I like about Magic the Gathering is it's a lot of thinking involved. It's a good excuse to come together with your friends and just kind of puzzle solve against each other. It's a good time to just come hang out, meet new people, see new decks, see new ways of playing the game, and it's good for everyone. You can have kids play it, adults play it. There's someone in here that's like 7 years old. I've seen people in here like 50, 60 years old. So it's cool. It's been around for a while.
This is Ethan Lopez, and you are watching Cougar News.
For those living in the Santa Clarita Valley who want to change up their look, one local former basketball player has an interesting talent to offer. Kirsten Delight has more on how this West Ranch alumni traded in her sneakers for brushes.
West Ranch High School graduate and local Santa Clarita native Melanie Calderon experienced an interesting transition following her high school graduation.
When I was younger and all the way throughout high school at West Ranch, I played basketball. And so I was an athlete, but I was also very girly in a way of like hair and makeup.
From basketball star to makeup artist, Melanie says that her juxtaposing interests actually complement each other.
Even do like my teammates' hairs before games, or when we went out, I would do their makeup. So I kind of just had like both sides to me. And once I was getting closer to graduate, I decided that I wanted to pursue beauty as my career. And so then I left Santa Clarita, and after I graduated in 2014, and then I went to beauty school in San Diego for hair and makeup.
Although Melanie's makeup schooling took her elsewhere in California, she has returned back to Santa Clarita to do special effects and event makeup during the holiday seasons.
Now, specifically because it was just Halloween, I got back into trying special effects makeup again, which I really enjoyed. And so I was kind of posting that all over social media so that I had the opportunity to do Halloween makeup for people out here.
Melanie looks forward to leaving Santa Clarita soon and moving a little bit closer to Hollywood, where she'll be able to pursue her makeup career more fully.
I feel like the lifestyle out here doesn't motivate me enough for hair and makeup because it's not the same lifestyle as like in LA or downtown, like specifically. Being in areas like that kind of inspire me more, and there's more job opportunity.
Thanks for watching, and for Cougar News, I'm Kirsten Delight.
Finally tonight, it's no secret that Santa Clarita is just a short drive away from some of the country's most iconic tourist destinations. Cougar News reporter Locke Wynn takes us to the Santa Monica Pier to experience the neon lights and crashing waves of this nearby attraction.
Santa Monica's Pier is a beautiful place for everyone. It was built on September 9, 1909. Santa Monica's Pier was mentioned on a lot of Hollywood movies and televisions such as Love Stings, She Was Me, Iron Man, Hancock, or even in the video game like a Grand Theft 4 and music videos from a lot of artists.
I came to Santa Monica today because it's raining and it doesn't always rain here, so it's a perfect opportunity to try something new.
In the nighttime, Santa Monica is a perfect romantic place for couples, and also people come to the Santa Monica for fishing because only at Santa Monica Pier fishing will not be required permit.
I'm Beck. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I had nothing better to do tonight. I'm leaving tomorrow night, and I decided to come out here and experience the rain and the weather and what I guess would assume would be authentic LA life, and get some pictures of the Ferris wheel over there. And I was here for taping Jeopardy as a guest for Sony Picture Studios, so I thought, why not just cap the day off with coming out here and enjoying some rain.
As you can see, the Santa Monica Pier is a place for people like enjoy the moment and find some quiet moment for them. So for the Cougar News, I'm Locke Wynn.
That does it for this edition of Cougar News. I'm Natalia Radcliffe. Remember, you can catch us on the web at cougarnews.com. And you can also send us news tips and story ideas to our Twitter handle, @COC_Cougar News. And follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Happy holidays, everyone.